All right. All right. We are here. The chat is booming. We are here. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. All right. Wanted to jump on here because I wanted to talk to everybody. I don't really do live streams as much anymore, but this win means a lot to the Giants right now. As far as making a playoff run. And I'm sorry if I'm looking up. If I'm always looking up, guys, where my monitor is at. It's still on my TV. I don't have a monitor on my desk yet. But I want to give a huge shout out to Sajid in the building, Joseph in the building, Sean Torres in the building, Logan, Nick the Wick. We got Ligma in the building. That one guy, Raphael. What's going on, everybody? Philly sucks. Great name. Lestat, my guy. Lestat. Love you, man. Ty Jackson. McLovin. Cool name. McLovin. Jimmy Bernard. Who else we got in here that I may have missed? King Sean, he said he's first. Joseph was second. All right. We got the chat booming right now. What's going on? Edward Chan says, "Where's my mod?" I can't give it to you from here because I'm on StreamYard, Edward, but I'll give you one. You're always in here. You definitely deserve one. But what's going on, everybody? What's going on, 27 Squad? We're back here with another live stream. I would never give up on the Giants. Listen, we've all went through some very drastic times, and let me get something straight here. Let me throw something in the wind. All right, let me throw something in the wind right now. All right, a lot of you guys are coming at me because of the video I made a couple of weeks ago saying I'm done with the Giants. A lot of you guys never really, I guess, listened to the video. Now, let me tell you something. A roller coaster season means roller coaster emotions, right? What happens when you're about to go down in a roller coaster? Okay, the sack starts to tighten up, and you get scared, and those that are hate heights, they start tearing up and all that other stuff, right? It gets depressing. But what happens when you go up? The anticipation is building. You're a little bit excited, right? Roller coaster seasons come with roller coaster emotions. All right, I was in a dark time. I was in a dark place there, and a lot of people are attacking me for giving up on the Giants. Makes no sense because every single one of you have done the same. You're just not on camera. All right, that's all I've got to say. So yes, I give you guys my raw emotions on camera because I don't care. All right, I don't care about, I just want to tell you guys how I'm feeling about the Giants at that certain time. But I did say I gave up on the Giants, not for the long run. I gave up on this season. Now that they actually have a season, they're actually starting to prove me wrong. Listen, I live my life as a pessimist. That may be kind of toxic, right? I don't know. You guys be the judge of that. I don't care. I live my life as a pessimist. I always go, my family hates me because of that. Okay. I always say things are going to happen, in the worst way. I always expect the worst because if I'm going to be surprised, I don't want to be surprised with a bad, something negative. I want to be surprised with something positive. So I'll always think negatively so I can so if I do get a positive result, I'm thoroughly happy. Right. So that being said, guys, I just want to talk about, you guys can throw out your questions, your comments. Let's read them. Let's talk. I know it's a little late. I know a lot of you guys got work the next day. I got work the next day. I got to be up early, and, Christmas is coming around, and we got Black Friday sales, and I'm going to die tomorrow probably. But I got a Red Bull here to keep me up a little bit. But yeah, that game was, I always say this, Daniel Jones played great. Yeah, he did. He played fantastic. And Daniel Jones, it's funny. You know what? It's funny. Because this is why I hold back on giving my emotions too raw. Because I have been the biggest Daniel Jones apologist on this platform, other than me and a couple of other Giants YouTube creators. I've been the biggest apologist for Daniel Jones for how long? You guys even tell me. You guys roast me in the comments. My own subscribers roast me about Daniel Jones in the comments. The moment I lay into Daniel Jones and I say maybe he's not the guy, he starts to play well and he does not turn over the ball. Have you noticed that? Have you noticed that? I think it's been since the Buccaneer game. Now he turned over twice. No, hold on. I think it was after the Buccaneers. Maybe some of you guys could answer that for me. I think it was after the Buccaneers game where he turned it over twice. That's what it was. Where I said he might not be the guy. As soon as I say that, as soon as I make that video, he has 2 straight games where we go 2-0 and no turnovers. No interceptions, no fumbles. As soon as I make that. Continue to apologize for Daniel Jones. What's up, bro? What's going on, Cookie Monster? I'm apologizing, not for Daniel Jones. I'm apologizing to Daniel Jones, okay? The moment I lay into this guy, and I've been the biggest Daniel Jones apologist and I didn't choose to be that, right? I was upset about the Daniel Jones pick in the first place, but I shift my thoughts, all right? And I let you guys know that as well. I shift my thoughts a lot. So yeah, I was negative about Daniel Jones in the beginning. Then I started to like him. And then I become unintentionally a Daniel Jones apologist, right? Because I feel like I have to be on the front lines for Daniel Jones every single game. I always talk to the hub after every live stream we did in the beginning of the season. How the hell are we going to defend Daniel Jones over that? We're going to let the Tank for Trevor team win, the cult that is Tank for Trevor, right? TFT. We're going to let them overrun my channel? No way. I have to defend Daniel Jones. Like, that was literally my mindset. Like, I know this guy is the guy. I have to defend him. And then he starts turning over the ball like all hell. And then I come out here and tell you guys he might not be the guy. I make a whole video saying Daniel Jones might not be the guy. What happens after I make that video? He goes 2-0 with the Giants, beating a team other than the Washington football team. And also, in those 2 games, does not turn over the ball once. So I don't know. Maybe Daniel Jones is listening to me. I don't know what the case may be. But he's proving me wrong. Again, he's always proving me wrong. He's always proving, even when I'm happy for the guy, he proves me wrong that I should be pessimist about him. I don't know. But Daniel Jones played a great game. It goes all the way down to all 3 phases of the game. How many times did Riley Dixon punt the ball inside the 10? I think about 2 or 3 times in this game. And on top of that, that guy had a 71-yard punt. 71 yards. When I heard that on the radio, I was like, what the hell? What the hell? I'm just waiting for your documentary on why Daniel Jones wasn't the guy by Kid Blue. On why? What do you mean? You still don't think Daniel Jones is the guy yet? You know what? I completely. By the way, let me finish my thought first, then I'll go to what Cookie Monster said. What was I saying? Okay, yeah. So all 3 phases of the football in this game were spectacular, right? Riley Dixon has that 73-yard punt, that beauty, right? That guy should go to the Pro Bowl just for that. Riley Dixon should be in the Pro Bowl just for that punt. That was an amazing punt. If he would have got that to the 5, inside the 5, I know that's asking for a lot, but if he would have got that inside the 5, that would have been insane. That would have been on SportsCenter top 10, a punt. The first punt to be on SportsCenter top 10. That's not a punt return or a punt recovery, punt fumble recovery. Just a regular punt would be on SportsCenter top 10. The offensive side of the ball played well. The offensive line. I know Andrew Thomas had that hold that held down the touchdown, but let's get something straight here. If Andrew Thomas does not make a hold there, Daniel Jones does not have that hold to run in. So it's a domino effect, okay? Daniel Jones, a lot of people were saying, if it wasn't for the Andrew Thomas touchdown, no. Andrew Thomas penalty, no. That touchdown doesn't happen without Andrew Thomas holding, okay? That was a huge hold, okay? That being said, the offensive line played extraordinary. The run game was great. I mean, fantastic. Like, you almost wonder what it would be like if Saquon Barkley was here during these times, right? Since like Tampa Bay. since we started running the ball extremely well. Wayne Gallman had himself a good game, except the stat sheet doesn't show that, right? The stat sheet had him 2.9 yards a carry, 16 carries, 53 yards. But he had a really good game up until the point the Giants tried to run out the clock, and, they started to stop him a little bit. The wide receivers were catching everything. Darius Slayton had a big drop at I was having flashbacks. I swear to you, I was on the – listen, I'm a delivery driver, okay? I work for the post office on Sundays. We deliver Amazon packages, strictly just packages. We're not doing mail. So I'm just going each stop by stop. And no joke, I'm just driving. And my mind is just going back to the first Philadelphia game when Darius Slayton dropped the ball in this game. My mind just went automatically back to, oh my God, we're up 21-11 in this game. Last time we were up 21-10 in this game. And Darius Slayton has a key drop in this game. I'm like, oh my God, we're going to lose. Oh my God, I think we were up 21-17 at that time anyway. But I was like, oh my God, we're going to freaking lose. The key drop, history is repeating itself again. We just can't beat this team. Then Darius Slayton comes through. He makes up for his I guess mishaps, right? So good on Darius Slayton. Sterling Shepard, we need to use this guy more. When Eli Manning was the quarterback, Eli was able to get Sterling Shepard deep down the field. It seems like Sterling Shepard is just the short yardage situation guy, right? The guy that catches a quick out or a quick hitch or a quick slant. Like, we don't really use Sterling Shepard for what he was used for in Oklahoma and his early years with the New York Giants. Like, a lot of stop and goes, a lot of sluggo routes, right? I remember that one game against Washington where Sterling Shepard made the nastiest route to get inside the end zone. He would have 150-yard days. Sterling Shepard doesn't have that anymore. And it's not like he doesn't have the talent. He does. I just don't know why they don't use him. You have Darius, who's the burner, right? But Sterling Shepard can get things done in the slot. I just don't know why they don't use him. Golden Tate, I can understand because they want to use the younger guys a little bit more. But everybody was catching things. Alex Mack had himself a good catch today as well. I know CJ Board had a really good deep route that was missed by Daniel Jones, as Bob Papa, later, discussed when I was listening on the radio. But let me read the chat a little bit. The defense played great. James Bradbury is an all-pro. He needs to be all-pro. Yeah, Joseph writes in the comments right there. James Bradbury needs to be all-pro. If he's not first-team all-pro by PFF, by AP, by NFL, by ESPN, if he's not all-pro on every single one of those platforms, it's a travesty. It's blasphemy. Blasphemy. If he doesn't get first team all-pro in any one of those, in all of those, if he doesn't get all-pro in all of those platforms. James Bradbury is insane. That third down breakup, it was like, I forgot where it was at. It was third down. I think it was earlier in the game. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. And Philly had to attempt a field goal. Correct me if I'm wrong. But it was third down, and James Bradbury just went right in front of the ball, smacked it down. Isaac Yiadom is getting better. You guys can't lie. Isaac Yiadom's getting a little better. Let's get that in the comments, right? Isaac Yiadom's getting a little better. He's had about 3 or 4 pass breakups since he's been with the team this year, and they've been good pass breakups. He's been okay. He had that one play that was really good downfield where he was covering a receiver, right? Stuck with him like glue, as both the announcers said. Stuck with him like glue. He played pretty well. Darnay Holmes, besides that penalty, had a really good game. The secondary is starting to gel a little bit. I can't wait till Xavier McKinney comes back. Hopefully for that. Hopefully he comes back for that Bengals game. Sean Torres says we won the Yiadom trade. I think both sides won because Denver is actually playing pretty well without him as far as the secondary goes. I know I think they got blown out. They got blown out, but they have a lot of interceptions on that team already. And they're pretty good against the pass. They're supposed to be good against the pass. Denver is. I think both teams won. Drew Lock sucks. I hate how Austin Mack's catch after he got popped wasn't on the highlights because I listened to the game. I listened to the game, not actually watching. Yeah, Kaden, I listened to it as well, but then I have NFL Game Pass, so I was able to watch it afterwards. But yeah, Alex Mack had a really good catch in traffic, held on to the ball as he got hit. And that's exactly, guys, I'm sorry. I got to call myself the Nostradamus of football, but yeah, that's exactly why I preferred Alex Mack over Benjamin Victor, because in college he caught the ball in traffic constantly, and that's what we need on this team, because in the NFL you're going to get a lot of better athletes as defensive backs, and Alex Mack knows how to catch the ball in traffic. How about them pancakes from the homeboy? Oh, how about them pancakes from the homeboy yet? I didn't get to specifically watch Andrew Thomas, Bradley, but I know you did. So you let me know if there's any crazy signature moves, him throwing people off the screen that I missed. That holding call versus Thomas was ticky-tacky. Yeah, there was a couple ticky-tacky calls, like the Darnay Holmes penalty was a little bit ticky-tack. So, yeah, it's Austin Mack. What did I say? Did I say something else? I'm sorry if I said something else. Still wasn't Ryson John in. I thought we brought him up. No, we didn't bring him up. He was signed to the practice squad. Ryson John was originally cut by the Giants, and then we signed him onto the practice squad. That's what we did. We didn't elevate him yet. I know there was some crazy. Joe Judge. How about Joe Judge? Shout out to this guy. Needs to be in consideration. I know this team is 3-7. Don't get me wrong, but this is not like Madden, right? Where Madden, the coach of the year goes to the team with the best record. Basically, MVP of coaches. Coach of the year needs to go to Joe Judge. What he's done, and you guys have to look at. You guys really need to look into the details of what Joe Judge is doing right now. All right. I get all of our wins are coming from inside the division. I get that. I fully understand that. But if you look at Washington, the way we beat them, we had to outcoach them because a bunch of mistakes happened on the Giants side that we had to overcome. This team on paper looks to be good, but it's not good, right? It's not good. And the fact that we were able to stick in these games as much as we're getting mainstream media to recognize who we are, and we're 3-7. Stephen A. Smith gave us a positive comment, including Joe Judge, and this team is 3-7. We've had better records in the past, and the media still hated us. You have to recognize what Joe Judge is doing with this team. The discipline of this team, all right? The fight in this team is something we haven't seen since Tom Coughlin. I'm not going to over-exaggerate, but it might be even better. The fight in this team. It might be even better. Excluding the 2007 season, right? That was just like complete underdog mentality. But Joe Judge, what he's doing with this team, they're fighting for him. It's such a 180 from Pat Shurmur. They didn't care about Pat Shurmur. Ben McAdoo. They would literally lose games on purpose to get Ben McAdoo out of there. They hated Ben McAdoo. Joe Judge is such a breath of fresh air. Joe Judge shows the NFL world what it's like to be a coach and not be your friend at the same time, right? Like, I feel like it happens everywhere, whether you're a boss, whether you're a teacher, whether you're, a parent, whether you're a coach, it doesn't matter. Any sort of authority that you are given, you're always left with the conflict. Okay, to win these guys' respect, should I give them respect? Should I be their friend? Should I act like I'm their friend to them? Or should I be tough-nosed, hard, strict, about the rules, tough love? And Joe Judge finds a way to be in the middle of that. He's earned their respect by being the strict coach, right? Because you know he's no nonsense. You saw him lay into Will Hernandez. Joe Judge found that perfect balance where he's not your friend. Don't ever think Joe Judge is your friend. But this guy has your back. Therefore, they have his back, and they're running through a wall for him. I love the way Joe Judge coaches. He's having every media critic that said he was crazy or said the New York Giants were crazy and the ownership needed to be fired or the ownership needed to be done with because they hired Joe Judge. He made all those people regret their words, especially after the Tampa Bay Bucks game. What coach does that runs a team? What coach brings more people on a team's bandwagon because a team lost in a loss? This team lost against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and it gained bandwagoners. How does that happen? How does that happen? You want to know how it happens? You could see the fight on the television. You could see the fight of this team. You could see how tough-nosed he is. You could see how the players look to those sidelines, see him, see the coaching staff, and play for him. I didn't come in. I thought this was a video, and it's a live stream. What's going on, John Doe? It is a video. You're in Videoception. It's a live video. What's going on, John Doe? Yeah, I put the same thumbnail up because I was kind of too lazy to make another thumbnail. So I put the same thumbnail up, but you guys should see the live under the bottom. But appreciate you joining in. Let me see. That would be hell of a story if we made it to the Super Bowl. Oh my God. Well, I want to get a little consensus type of questionnaire going right here, right? Or yeah, whatever, like a census type of questionnaire. Let me know in the comments, guys, what would be more iconic? What would be more historic? The 2007 season, which is quite honestly known as one of the most historic seasons in NFL history, right? Underdog season in NFL history. Okay. What would be more historic? The 2007 season, which everybody knows about, or this season if the Giants were to make it to the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl? I'm not, guys, I want all the guys, all my fellow pessimists out there. I am not saying this team is going to the Super Bowl. Okay? I'm not saying that because I'm not going to be the guy that says, oh, this team sucks. This team is garbage. I'm done with the Giants. And then go out and say, we're winning the Super Bowl and we're 3-7. Okay? I'm all my fellow pessimists out there. I'm not saying that the Giants are going to win the Super Bowl. I'm asking you guys as a question, a poll, if you will, right? We're going through a very political season in our lives right now. Everybody's hearing poll everywhere. Here's another poll, a sports poll, a Giants poll. What would you guys think is more historic? If the Giants were to go ahead with let's say a 6-10 record, make the playoffs, not only win the first game, but make it to the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl, what would be more historic? I'm getting a couple of 07. I'm getting this season. Ligma says this season. Sean says definitely this year. Because I think the only thing that would trump that, right? I think the only thing that would kind of get it to say, I don't think it's as historic as 2007 is because the Giants didn't necessarily, I want to be careful with my words here, earn it, right? You just think about if there was one good team in the NFC East, the Giants don't get into the playoffs, right? If there was one good team in the NFC East, the Giants don't get in the playoffs, So I guess you have that, but this team sucks. But therefore, it's whoever takes advantage of the opportunity. Philly Notion, what's going on, my man? I know you went live with my man, The Hub. You replaced me, but I was working. But awesome YouTuber. Good game, man. Nothing but respect, nothing but love. Listen, we all wanted to win. We all wanted this game so bad, but it wasn't personal on the good Philly fans. It's not personal, so I won't take it out on you, man. But I'm sorry if you get a lot of Giants fans just blowing it in everybody's face, right? I'm sorry if you get that, bro. Philly Notion, you're awesome. All respect to you, man. I'm not gonna send that on you. I'm not gonna trash talk you, man. I'm just gonna eat a piece of my humble pie and stay humble, and take it one game at a time. It's out of my control. I'm not on the team, so yeah, I'm happy about this. But shout out to Philly Notion. Any of you guys want to, check out a fellow NFC East content creator, Eagles content creator, go ahead and check out Philly Notion. Appreciate that, my man. But yeah, a lot of people saying 07. Yeah, I probably still lean. Here's the thing. The Giants would have to play absolutely great football in the playoffs. as a 6-10 team for me to say it's more historic than the 2007 season. For those of you guys that are just joining, because we just got a huge influx of viewers. My question was, for everybody in the chat, I'm a pessimist, right? I'm just going to put that disclaimer out there, little PSA. I'm a pessimist, okay? I don't actually think this is going to happen. But if the Giants were to run the table, they get a 6-10 record, they win the division, they run the table in the playoffs, every single game, they make it to the Super Bowl and they win the Super Bowl, what would be more historic? The 2007 season where we went in with a, I believe, 9-7 record, 10-6 record. Can't remember. We were the underdogs. We were picked to lose every single playoff game, and it was like unanimous decision. And we beat a potential undefeated team who was undefeated, but looking for a 19-0 season. Everybody knows the 2007 season. I don't need to go into that, but I was just kind of giving you guys the kind of accolades that the Giants achieved in the 2007 season. What will be more historic there? I kind of still lean towards the 2007 season just because the Giants wouldn't have earned it with a 6-10 record. And even though they make it to the Super Bowl and win it, they wouldn't have earned that playoff spot with the 6-10 record if we just had one good team in the NFC East. If we just had one good team that actually had a broke even season, like 8-8, like the Cowboys or something, because I'm sorry, you guys may just hate me. You guys may love me right now because we're celebrating the win, but I'm sorry. Dak Prescott's healthy. Dallas Cowboys win the division. I don't think they run away with it. I definitely don't think with their defense they run away with the division, but I think they would win it. Probably by 2 or 3 games, but it is what it is. Huge influx of viewer, all 3 of them. LOL. Yeah, Johnny T. Yeah, I take all the viewers I can get, man. I don't really go live that often, so people don't really join my lives. I don't really care. It's good to be with you guys. Kid Blue's burner account, and that's from the Jabril Peppers video. That was almost 2 years ago. That was like a year and a half, and I'm telling you, my facial structure completely changed. Look at my face here, and then look at that face. I don't know. I think I hit puberty late, guys. I don't know. I was 20 there. I was 20. I'm 22 now. I think I was 21 there. I don't know. That burner account, love it. We should be 5-0 in the division. I don't play hypotheticals. Not doing it. I used to play hypotheticals all the time. I'm not playing hypotheticals anymore. We're 3-2 in the division. I'm happy we broke. We're at least we clinched an even season for an even record for the division. I'm happy we clinched that, right? Because we don't want to be in a division race, in a terrible division, a tight and contested terrible division, and we have a 2-4 record in the division. We don't want that, right? So I don't think any other team, Washington, Philly, or Dallas, I don't think anybody's going to get more than 3 wins. So if we get one more win, and we only have one more game. We have this game to really make it count. All right. We have the Cowboys game a couple of weeks from now. I think it's the last game of the season, actually. So that's going to really be really important. But the last game of the season, we can try to get 4-2 in the division. And I don't think any other team in the division is going to get four or more wins. Not going to happen. Just not. So I think the Giants, if we wind up in a situation where we're tied with Washington and and Dallas possibly, I'm not gonna say Philly because I think the only way the Giants get in with a tie record is if Philly's not part of it because they'll have a half win ahead of us with the tie. So and especially one less loss. So that being said, Philly can't be a part of it. So Philly can't win games. So the only way the Giants can actually win with a tie record, say we get a 6-10 record with the Giants and Washington, or maybe say Giants, Washington, and Dallas somehow, right? Say if that happens, I don't think Dallas or Washington gets 4 wins in the division, right? So we would have 4 wins in the division and we would get the nod for the playoff spot. That's why the division wins really mean a lot to me. So I'm happy we broke, at least clinched breaking even with 3 wins in the division. But yeah, I hate that Philly has that tie, man. I really hate that. That screws up everything. Philly Notion. I hate your team for that. Just because of that. I hate the tie because it screws everything up. You can't have a situation where the Giants have the same amount of wins as the Eagles, and we're supposed to be happy about that because they have that damn tie. Like right now, we would be top of the freaking division. We would be in front in the division if Cincinnati knew how to close a freaking game. You guys were tied in that game for how long? Until the overtime. Overtime's like what, 10 minutes? And then how long were you in the fourth quarter tied in that game with Cincinnati? Ridiculous. Ridiculous. I want to thank everybody for joining in. Throw your questions, throw your comments. We're talking about the Giants game. We're talking about Giants playoff implications. We're unleashing the Pandora's box in this live stream. Pandora's box has been open. You guys let me know what's up. You know? Philly, I'll answer your question right now, Stan Albert. Philly Notions, yes, sir. The tie is clutch right now. Next week, let's go Joe Burrow. Yeah, the very quarterback that you guys tied with, now you guys are rooting for him. How that works. Stan Albert says, you sold on Jones yet, Kid Blue? I've gone from I don't think Jones is the guy, maybe he's the guy, so that's progress. It's progress. Now, I made that video because I always thought Daniel Jones was the guy ever since after we drafted him, because obviously you guys know I was not happy when we drafted him. After we drafted him, did more film, did more thinking, all that other stuff, and I started to like Daniel Jones. As the season progressed on, I was sold he was the guy. But that may have been a little bit premature. I should have reserved my thoughts a little bit. Now you guys are thinking that I'm jumping off the bandwagon to jumping on. I made a video that said I think Daniel Jones may not be the guy. That's not me saying I don't think he's the guy, like he's not the guy, like me just saying in my heart he's not the guy. I said he might not be the guy. So I'm kind of, I guess, eating crow a little bit on me thinking he is the guy by just telling you guys he might not be the guy. But does this game solidify that he's the guy? I don't think so. I know a lot of people are going to over-exaggerate and be like, oh, he's the guy. Sure, yeah, 21 for 28, didn't turn over the ball. That's what I expect from a quarterback, okay? This performance was not top-notch. It wasn't top 10 quarterback. It was just what you expect from a 6th overall pick. All right? This game, although it's progress for Daniel Jones, and I'm happy for that, I don't want to take anything away from Daniel Jones and what he did, because I don't want people to think that nothing he will do will impress me, because I've been impressed by him before. Okay, he didn't throw for a touchdown. I know he had a lot of yards in the run game. That's how he got his yards, and he passed well, 21 for 28, only 7 incompletions, right? I guess completing 75% of your passes exactly on the dot. This game does not tell me he is the guy, and nor does it tell me he's not the guy. I'm still in limbo with Daniel Jones. Just because he played a good game should not tell you he is the guy, and just because he plays a bad game doesn't mean he's not a bad guy. I'm reserving my thoughts to the end of the season, like everybody else should be, like Dave Gettleman should be if he keeps his job, like everybody else. All right, reserve your thoughts for Daniel Jones, though. Listen. If Daniel Jones has a day that's not the Washington Redskins, faces an opponent that's not the Washington football team, and he throws for 5 touchdowns, 350 yards, no turnovers, no picks, no fumbles, no nothing. If he has a day like that against the team not named the Washington football team, then you should start saying, hey, he's probably the guy. He's probably the guy. But don't tell me that a 250-yard day and a 21 out of 28, completion to attempts day with 0 touchdowns and 0 interceptions day tells you that Daniel Jones is the guy, because you're setting your standards really low. And that's coming from a Daniel Jones apologist. All right? You guys have crowned me a Daniel Jones apologist already, so I'm just going to embrace it. All right? This is coming from a Daniel Jones apologist. Don't think that this game where he goes 21 out of 28, 250 yards just about, no touchdowns and no interception and a rushing touchdown with 80-something rushing yards. Don't tell me that this day solidifies him as the Giants franchise quarterback for 15 years. This game should not do that. If it does, then you've seen more bad from Daniel Jones from good, and you're desperate just to have a good game because you're setting your standards really low here. What do I want to see from Daniel Jones the rest of the season to tell me he is the guy? I want to see at least one game. At least one game. Obviously, Washington is out the way. We swept them. I want to see one game where he throws 3 touchdowns. Yes. Sorry. That may be far-fetched. If that's far-fetched for your franchise quarterback, then we have problems. We have problems. Because it happens every year to almost every quarterback. Even the bad ones, they throw for 3 touchdowns. All right? I want to see one game where he throws for 3 touchdowns, and they better not be flukes. All right? I want to see one game, a couple of games, actually. I want to see some 300-yard games. Where are my 300-yard games? All right, I know he gets some yards on the ground as well. Total yards, he hit 300, today. I want to see 300 passing yards. I want him to finish with at least, where's he at right now? 62% completion percentage? I want to see him get that up to like 65 and above. 65 and above. Because right now his touchdown to interceptions are not looking good. You can't tell me he's a franchise quarterback if you're looking at his stats right now. Sorry. So I want a 3-touchdown game. I want multiple 300-yard games for the rest of the season. Not every game. Not every game. But I want to see that. Because I'm sorry, you guys can say, well, he runs the ball very well and he runs for touchdowns. That's sorry, but that's not a quarterback's job. All right? You guys know how I feel about Lamar Jackson. And you guys just saw what happens when Lamar Jackson is forced to throw. Lamar Jackson got smoked by New England's defense because he was forced to throw. All right, so I don't want running quarterbacks. I want quarterbacks that throw, that can run. All right, Aaron Rodgers. All right, I'm trying to think of other quarterbacks right now, honestly, that could. Kyler Murray. All right. Like those quarterbacks, guys, like Daniel Jones is a run, obviously uses his legs very well. But when I talk to people or when anybody's talking about Daniel Jones, I want them to think he's a great passer of the football that can run. Alex Smith, right? Kirk Cousins can run a little bit, I guess. I want to see that type of quarterback. Deshaun Watson, thank you. I'm sorry. When I'm on camera, my whole mind just blanks when I think of stuff. But you guys could throw the examples out there and help me out. But you guys know what I'm talking about. I don't want Daniel Jones to be a running quarterback. I don't care how much yards he runs for. I don't care. Russell Wilson, yes, but although Russell Wilson came into the league like running the football more than he passed it, but he learned how to be a passer. And Russell Wilson is one of the best passers of the football I've ever seen that can also run the football. So, yes, that was a good example. Ryan Tannehill is another example, yeah. So, that's what I want. A quarterback's job is to throw the ball. I don't care if you can run the ball. If you guys want a guy that can run the ball, get a running back. Sorry, my quarterback isn't going to be primarily running the ball. Not going to happen. He's there to pass the ball. We have wide receivers for a reason. He's under center for a reason. He's back. That's the whole point of being a quarterback. So, for those of you guys who are saying, "Oh, he's our franchise guy. He's our franchise guy because he runs a lot." No, I want him to pass the ball, and I want him to do it very well. So I want at least. I'm not asking for much. Like my standards are a little low. I'm asking for a 1-3 touchdown game. Crying out loud. 1-3 touchdown game. And I don't know, maybe how much games do we have left? We just played our 10th game. We have 6 games left. Can you give me 2 300-yard games? Just 2? 2 300. I said 2. Wow, I look like Tom Brady. 4. I want 2 300-yard games. Doesn't need to be back to back. Doesn't need to be anything. All right. 2 300-yard games. 1 3-touchdown game. I want you to finish with a 65% completion percentage. And I want you to have more touchdowns than interceptions, goddammit. More touchdowns than interceptions, please. Where is he at right now? Touchdowns and interceptions, 8 and 9. I doubt he gets 3 TDs. It's crazy, Edward Chan, because it's not even a high standard, right? And I understand what you're saying, Edward Chan. I'm very iffy on if he will get 3 touchdowns in one game. Like passing touchdown. Everybody wondering what I'm talking about. I'm talking about passing touchdowns. I want him to have 3 passing touchdowns in one game for me to say this year he's our guy. Otherwise, gotta wait till next year to see if he's our guy. Let me go up in the comments a little bit. Let me catch up with you guys. Do you think the Giants, if the Giants do win the division, we use our mid-round first as more of a luxury pick, trade it, or just needs? Well, I don't think we trade. Here's the thing, Jack Dalton. If we make the playoffs, and I know what you're saying, if we make the playoffs, right, and we have like a top 20 pick, right, from like 20 to 25, let's say, and we make the playoffs with a 6-10 record, we have to use that first round pick. Do not trade it away. Don't trade it away. And we only have 5 picks this draft, or 6 picks now, because we traded away Marcus Golden. So we have to use that pick because this team still needs to develop, and we're at a disadvantage in the draft. Although making the playoffs would help this establish a winning culture, and that's ultimately what I want, you also will be at a disadvantage in the draft because you wouldn't be getting a top prospect like all the other bad teams are getting, right? All the other bad teams are getting a top prospect because they had a bad record. They've got a top 10 pick. If the Giants win a division with a 6-10 record, you can't don't trade away that pick and then wait till the second round to get a pick, like 2 second-rounders. No, you need to develop your team. So use that first-round pick. Take advantage of what you got right now. That's what I want the Giants to do. So do not trade away that pick. You need that pick. You need that pick more than ever if you make the playoffs. Because, like I said, you're already at a disadvantage. Cookie Monster says, can anybody see my comments? Did these moderators block me or something? That Saya dude is a snowflake. No. Cookie Monster, you're here. You're here. We see you. We are here. We are waiting. Actually, it's 21-32. Actually, it's 19-32 now, Edward Chan. It's 19-32 now because we have 2 extra playoff spots. 19-32. Playoff picks are from 19-32 this year. I just found that out yesterday, by the way, so don't feel bad. Don't feel bad, man. Kid Blue hates me, IDKY. Why, Jeff? Your name's Jeff. Your name's Jeff. Okay, I got you. Thanks, no problem. Vanilla Vic is here. Who called him Vanilla Vic? Somebody did. Who called him that? Who called him Vanilla Vic? Somebody called him that. And I was like, damn, that sticks. Why do I think a commentator said that? Commentator didn't say that. Commentator didn't say that. That's the racist stuff. Kid Blue, what wide receiver? Oh. Kid Blue, what wide receiver will get open in the end zone 3 times? Well, to be honest, if I'm being honest, Daniel Jones has missed Darius Slayton. CJ Board was missed on a deep route that could have went to the end zone. Daniel Jones has missed some reads. Okay, he eyes down receivers a lot and missed some deep reads because he really doesn't think he has time to read a deep route. So he always looks short, like a game manager does, right? So I honestly think, especially if we get into the red zone. See, here's the thing. The Giants, and I understand, it's understandable, right? It's understandable. The Giants haven't been good passing the ball this season. So that's why when they get in like the red zone or at the 10-yard line, they just run the ball as much like today. They did not pass the ball at all inside the 10, trying to score on the opposing 10-yard line. They didn't pass the ball at all. Why is that? They don't feel like they're good enough to pass the ball there, and understandably so. But when you're at the 2-yard line, and you have all 4 downs, why don't you just try a rollout? Why don't you just try that? Try a rollout. Get some passing touchdowns. I know coaches don't care about that, but I do. I want to see my quarterback get at least freaking 15 touchdowns passing this season. What does he have, like 10 total touchdowns this season? Damn, man. Just Nate says Giants not losing again. I don't know about that, Just Nate, but I think we have about 3 more winnable games on the schedule. Okay, we've got Cincinnati, we've got the Browns, and we got Dallas. So do with that what you will. Maybe you add another team that you think we could beat, but I think that's the teams that we have the best shot against this season is Dallas, Cleveland, and I'm a little hesitant on Cleveland. Dallas, Cleveland, and Cincinnati, which is 2 weeks from now. We have a bye. We come out the bye, face Cincinnati. Don't think that we're coming out of bye and we're automatically going to win because we had 2 weeks to prepare, because look at what just Philly did. Look what Philly did. All right. Philly pulled the oopsies. Because they had 2 weeks to prepare and they done goofed. Michael Torres says, what do you think about Zach Wilson? I know he's rising up draft boards out of BYU. He has to be special. He's got to be special because BYU is not known for producing quarterbacks. And what did the Giants do 2 years ago? They drafted a quarterback that doesn't usually produce quarterbacks. So I don't know why anybody would go for Zach Wilson from Daniel Jones. It doesn't make any sense. The only way I go out of my way to draft another quarterback is to get Trevor Lawrence and possibly Justin Fields because he's playing really good football right now. All right, possibly, but I'm sorry, you do not go out of your way. 2 years ago, you drafted a quarterback from Duke, who you have like as a sleeper quarterback. He's going to be special. And let's say he doesn't work out. You don't go out of your way to draft another quarterback from a school that doesn't produce quarterbacks. Don't do that. Don't do that. All right. I know you got the whole Carson Wentz thing, Ben Roethlisberger. What other quarterback? What other schools don't produce quarterbacks that have a good quarterback? A couple of schools out there, man. Couple of schools out there, non-Power 5 schools, right? Zach Wilson coming out of BYU. I'm not digging it, man. He's coming from the Mountain West division. I mean, when do really Mountain West quarterbacks really thrive? I mean, I guess Colin Kaepernick. I know the Mountain West, man. I'm a Boise State fan, all right? I'm a huge fan of Brett Rippon, right? He's with the Denver Broncos right now as opposed to the Boise State Broncos. He's with the Denver Broncos. He had a really good game against the Jets one time. That was it. That was it. He's still a backup quarterback. He went undrafted. All right. He broke records. Look at this guy, the offensive coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys. What's his name? The former Boise State quarterback. I always forget his name. Boise State QB Cowboys. With a K. Kellen Moore. How can I forget that? Kellen Moore, who is one of the best college football quarterbacks to ever live. And he was in a Mountain West division. Lefty quarterback, by the way. What was his NFL career like? Crap. Now he's an offensive coordinator. Very good mind. Very good mind. You guys number 1 in NFC East right now, right? No, AZ Sports Fan. But before, I got to give a quick shout out to AZ Sports Fan as his team had a fan. Kyler Murray, man, blows my mind. And it wasn't even just Kyler Murray. It was a good throw. But DeAndre Hopkins, Bill O'Brien should shoot himself in the leg. Let me not say that on camera. But he shot his team in the leg. Bill O'Brien's gone now. But he traded away DeAndre Hopkins. And DeAndre Hopkins pulls off a miracle. So shout out to AZ Sports Fan. Also a part of the FTFN, the fan-to-fan network, along with me and a bunch of other content creators. So make sure you guys check him out as well. Subscribe to him for Arizona Cardinals content. Very good video maker as well. He is on the rise, man. AZ Sports Fan, I just saw today that you got 4,300 subscribers. I know I think when I first discovered your channel only a couple of months ago, you had like 2,000 subscribers, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, buddy. Or maybe 1,000 or something like that. But you are growing in, going up the ranks, man. Awesome content, and well-deserved recognition, man. Well-deserved right there. Daniel Jones before this week, 14th big-time throw rate, 14th in big-time throw rate, 15th in best in turnover-worthy play rate, 10th best passing grade when in the clean pocket, league high drop rate. Yeah, I heard that. I was from PFF, right? Aaron Judge? That's from PFF, right? Daniel Jones in the building. What's up, Daniel Jones? And AZ Sports Fan, to answer your question, we are not. Yeah, super fast. Yeah, super fast. Thanks, man. No problem, bro. But to answer your question, AZ Sports Fan, we are not in the division lead yet. Just because Philly has a tie. That stupid, nagging tie. That tie is going to be a freaking fly on the wall, just that annoying, buzzing, annoyance nuisance the rest of the season, because we have to then not only tie with Philly, we have to get a win better than them because they have the tie. So if they finish with 6 wins and we finish with 6 wins, the division goes to Philly because they have a tie. It's not fair. It's just not fair. So it sucks. It really does suck. But if Jags get Lawrence or Fields, top 10 offense. Yeah, Visions, let me know, because I know you're a Jags fan. It sucks that you guys lost. I'm low-key rooting for your team just for you. I'm low-key looking at the Jags play, and I'm like, just for you, Visions, because you're such an awesome subscriber, man. But are they you let me know what you think about around the Jags camp right now. Do you think that they really want to move on from Gardner Minshew? You think that they're done with Gardner Minshew, or because they seem pretty committed to him by getting rid of Nick Foles? I don't know. You let me know, man. That's how going to be the dagger probably. Yeah, I hate that Cincinnati couldn't close out that freaking game, man. I hate that. I hate that so much. I watched that game, and in the end, I watched that game, and I couldn't believe that neither team could freaking finish the game. They had some of that fourth quarter, and the whole freaking overtime, nobody could score. Nobody could score. It was the same score the whole time. You're telling me you guys scored 30-something points the rest of the game and can't get 3 freaking points in overtime? Today's Joe Burrow would have beat them. I think Joe Burrow is progressing really well. I think today's Joe Burrow would have beat them. And today's T. Higgins, because T. Higgins really developing as well. Yeah, thoughts on Shane and Parrott? I think Parrott needs to be permanent starter at right tackle. Yeah, I'm totally with you, John. Though from day one, I was ready to start day one. I'm on record saying that. When it comes to Shane Lemieux, he has a bad pass blocking grade, but he has a good run blocking grade. So I don't know. It all have to depend on Will Hernandez. But I know Kevin Zeitler went out this game with a concussion, and then we saw Will Hernandez and Shane Lemieux play. I don't really know how that really affected it, whether it was better, whether it was worse. It looked the same to me. But I don't care who's in there as long as they play well. But yeah, I think Matt Parrish should be starting. Although, let me be fair to Cam Fleming. Cam Fleming is not playing bad. I mean, Mr. Ballerina Tutu himself, Cam Fleming, is actually playing. He's playing a little better. I call him Mr. Ballerina Tutu because he likes to. Every time a pass rusher runs right by him, he does like a whole freaking 360. He just does a freaking ballerina spin, and just looks at Daniel Jones getting sacked. I've seen that on film a couple of times. Mr. Ballerina Tutu. T. Higgins going to be stark and see it. Yeah, I have him on my fantasy team, and when I start him, he gets points, like 10 points. But when I bench him, he gets like 20 points. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? We don't need Chase. We have Austin Mack. Johnny T, I know what you're trying to say. Johnny T. But if Jamar Chase is in this game, I'm pretty sure he has like 150 yards. And Austin Mack had like 1 catch today. Okay, I know what you're saying. I like Austin Mack too. But Jamar Chase is on another level. All right. Doesn't matter. We still win in the NFCs. I hope so. I hope so, J-Dog. But that tie is going to be a thorn in our backside, I'm telling you. Vision says Minshew is pretty bad. I know he's pretty bad, but is he bad? Well, actually, I would say so, yeah, because at this point, as a Giants fan, I think if we have Trevor Lawrence, you're probably going to take him, right? I mean, I know everybody's going to be like, oh, that's blasphemy. After the game he just had, he was 21 for 28, dude. Shut up. All right, I get it. He played well. But I'm not on the TFT bandwagon either. I'm a Daniel Jones apologist, as you guys crowned me. But yes, James Bradbury is the best corner in the NFL. He is best. He's playing. I know he has some competition with Jair Alexander, but look at the Green Bay Packers passing offense. It sucks. I mean, passing defense. It sucks. The Giants passing defense is not that bad. It's pretty damn good. And James Bradbury is a huge part of that. He has an island over there. He's playing the best football he's ever played in his life. Because I watched him on film in Carolina. He was good, not this good. He literally has not had a bad game yet. His worst game was against the Steelers, allowing a catch to Chase Claypool, allowing a catch to James Washington. Right? Week 1 was James Bradbury's worst game. And ever since then, been on an all-pro level. Leads the league in passes defense. He's having a competition with Carlton Davis right now. Has 3 interceptions. All right? He's playing fantastic football. Fantastic football. Wait, you just made a video stroking Austin Mack. That does not mean see, a lot of people just take an inch. You give people an inch and they take a mile. Just because I said Austin Mack is good does not mean I'm saying he's going to be better than Jamar Chase. Okay? Just like a certain content creator, right? I say one thing about Darius Slayton, saying I don't think he's a number 1 receiver, and I don't think he's better than Saquon Barkley is as a player. And he'll take that inch and take a mile and say, you said Darius Slayton sucks. Take that, Kid Blue. Dude, shut up. Just be quiet. Just be quiet. Shh. Just be quiet. That boy Slayton underrated. He's definitely, I wouldn't say underrated this season, because how many of us were hyping up Darius Slayton this year? Maybe by the mainstream media underrating him, but in my opinion, he probably should have 750 yards right now. He's got 600. He's good. He's working his way up there, but he's had a terrible start to the season. Dropping balls, being schemed out the off and not being able to get open. How many games will the Eagles win next 7? They have 6 more games left. But as far as the Eagles, no, they have 6 games left. I don't know. Well, they're 3-6-1. No, 3-5-1. They're 3-5-1. So they played 9 games. Okay, they do have 7 games left. Okay. I think I made a video on them. If you go back, who asked me that question? Entertainer Talking Drugs is here. Yes. Stand up, New York Giants fans. I freaking love that freaking background, dude. Who asked me that question? I'm trying to find it. Where the hell did it go? Oh, Dean Robinson. Dean Robinson asked how many games the Eagles will win in the next 7. If you go back in my video, I think the video is titled it's my latest video where I'm saying the Eagles is a must win. I compare the records and I kind of do a quick little prediction. I think I said the Eagles had about 3 more winnable games. So they basically had the same amount of winnable games as we do. So that's an issue. But they have some really bad games coming up as well. They have the Saints. They have the Packers. They already faced Baltimore. They have Seattle. They faced Philly. They faced Pittsburgh already. But yeah. Gano is goated, just like Gano is underrated. If anyone wants to talk about underrated, it's Gano. It's Graham Gano. He just got extended as well. I'll make a video on that tomorrow. But Graham Gano just got extended. Great move. And you notice how he gets extended right after this game. Like, Dave Gettleman must have been so excited. Dave Gettleman must have been like, oh, great win. Gano, my office right now. Right now, Graham Gano. And those wins, you're kicking in those wins? Get in my office right now. Paola, thank you so much, Paola. I try. I try. Thoughts on... Yeah, I get my thoughts right there. But I love it. I don't know what the deal is. I don't care. I don't know what the money is yet, because when I got home, I saw it, and I was very busy. Perfect title to this video. Your thumbnail looks like you're sitting on the throne. For the throne. Hey, everybody in here. And that Red Bull too. God, I love the Red Bull. Everybody in here. All 50-something people in here. I want everybody to use the hashtag for the throne. When you're on Twitter, on anything. We're gonna hype up the Giants a little bit. You know, especially on Twitter, the Giants players are looking at this. Okay, let's boost their morale. For the throne. All right? That's what they're fighting for right now. They just went from the basement to second place, and with one more win, they're atop of the division. For the throne. Hashtag for the throne. As long as we're in the playoff race, every single video of mine will be hashtag for the throne. For the throne. We're not playing games. This team is not playing games. I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. Love it. Or Packin' Reacts already putting out the hashtag for the throne. Let's get it. Matter of fact, guys, every time you join this live stream, the Young Guns podcast, Chris's live stream, Bad Dogs live stream, I want for the throne on there. For the throne. Let's hype up the Giants. Let's hype them up. Let's get them going. Let's build a sense of, I don't know, pride in the Giants again, because we've been so depressed for this whole season. And now we have a chance for the throne, and they're fighting for it. For the throne. Hashtag for the throne. But what I was saying is, there is no coach in the NFC East that I would pick to fight for the throne than Joe Judge. You think Doug Peterson is going to get his team to hyped up and get his team to fight for the throne? You think Ron Rivera is going to do that? Ron Rivera is pretty fiery. I'll give it to him. You think Mike McCarthy is going to do that? Dude, they were talking about firing Mike McCarthy 3 weeks into the season. They just hired him. Joe Judge is the guy you will run through a wall for. If there's any coach you want for this situation that the Giants are going through right now, Joe Judge is the guy. Think about if we hired Mike McCarthy. Like a lot of people wanted, like I wanted. I wanted Matt Rule and Ron Rivera. Those were my two options. Mike McCarthy was my third. So not really. I didn't really want him, but I wanted Matt Rule and then Ron Rivera. But Joe Judge, there's no other coach in the NFL that I would rather put in this situation. I think he has that winning culture mentality. He knows what it's like to win. He knows what it's like to have a team to come from behind, right? He was part of that 2018 Super Bowl with, was it 2018 or 2017? With the Falcons and the Patriots, right? Down 28-3. He knows what it's like to come from behind. And we're coming from behind in the division. Hashtag for the throne. I love it. Love it. Every single one of my videos is going to have that hashtag in there, man. My Twitter, going to have that in there. I wanted to get to the point where you see that little Giants logo on the for the throne hashtag. That would be funny. Dave, I want you gone, bro. How do you want Dave? Here, let me tell you something. Let me tell everybody something here. I want to tell you logically. I'm just going to give you logic. Forget about analytics. Forget about that. Logically. If you were to, all of the momentum we're building right now, you see the growth and the process and the progress in this team. Not to say we don't even do anything this year, regardless of the fact, the progress of this team is coming together, right? We're starting to develop. Who was responsible for that? Dave Gettleman. Now, did he mess up? Absolutely. He hired Pat Shurmur. Pat Shurmur hired, those garbage coordinators, garbage coaching staff, and we sucked. He made a mistake. He drafted Kyle Lauletta, made a mistake. He had a chance to redeem himself. With Pat Shurmur's help, of course, he got Daniel Jones. But he also hired Joe Judge, who came out of left field. It worked. What other GM was going to hire Joe Judge as their freaking coach? Seriously. What other GM is going to do that? If you fire Dave Gettleman, all the momentum we're building up is going to go right back to the bottom. We're going to start all over again. We have to. If you hire another GM, you can't put him in this situation. The cap situation that we're having next season, the amount of free agents we have in this upcoming offseason, the limited amount of draft picks that we have, especially if we make the playoffs, the limited amount of draft capital we have, all right, all of that put into play is not a good situation for a GM having to decide whether to get a new quarterback or not. He's not committed to any quarterback. He's not committed to Joe Judge. All right. So that's the issue when hiring a new GM. I don't think I respect everybody's opinion, but I just don't see logically how you guys think. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to disrespect you guys. I'm trying to understand, why do you think Dave Gettleman should be fired? Every time we have a draft, we come out of that draft saying, oh my God, he nailed the draft. And then after the season, you say, oh, we should have got this guy. We should have got this guy. You can't judge somebody based on hindsight. You cannot judge. If you thought it was a good idea the moment it happened, then you're just as at fault as he would have been. So you can't look at things in hindsight and say, well, he should have got that. He should have got this guy. He should have got this guy. Therefore, he should be fired. But you said during that draft, right after the draft, you said he had an A+ draft. That means you saw whatever he saw. He saw whatever you saw. Sometimes you really can't predict these type of things, right? Sometimes you really can't. So hindsight's 2020, man. You can't just go back and you can't just go back and All right, guys. I have to go back and restart my router, guys. Hello? Anybody still here? Anybody still here? Look at the chat. I had to restart my router. I'm back, guys. I'm back. I'm surprised it stood live. I'm very surprised. That's why I like StreamYard. I like me some StreamYard. What's going on, guys? What up, Cookie Monster? Evan, John Marquez. What's up? Sorry about that, guys. Similar to what you guys saw in the Patriots game. I don't know how we had the same storm, I guess. I don't know. But there's a storm over here. And I guess I don't know. It didn't knock my Wi-Fi out. It just knocked my router out, which is weird. I didn't know it could do that. I did not know it could do that. But it was just my router. It wasn't my modem. So I just had to restart my modem, and then now it's okay. But I am gonna wrap it up soon anyway, guys. But I didn't want to leave you guys just hanging out and hanging out. So that's my bad, guys. Trying to pull up the chat here, make sure we're all healthy on the stream. But you guys are awesome, man. Thank you guys for joining in here, especially so late. I know a lot of you guys have to work, go to school tomorrow, things like that. Fun times, man. This is fun. This is fun. NYC had a storm too. Yeah, I guess it's pretty much the whole East Coast, right? I'm assuming it's the whole East Coast that probably has the storm. But yeah, guys, I didn't want to just leave you guys like that. So I have to at least make sure I can get back on live before I call it a stream. For everybody joining back in, my router disconnected. Don't know how that happened. It was just the router, not the modem, not the whole Wi-Fi itself. It's just the router. So it makes no sense. Coming from BC, Canada. Nice, man. He says, keep up the great work. Love your content. I appreciate that, John Marquez. Thank you so much. Coming from Canada, thank you so much, man. Cookie Monster, LOL, JK. From what? Oh, keep me up, bro. I need an excuse to skip work. Yeah, right. I wish I could call in sick tomorrow because Monday. I'm not looking forward to it, but yeah, we're back, John Doe. We're back. Router disconnected for whatever reason. Don't know how it didn't disconnect my modem, so my Wi-Fi was intact. It was just I couldn't connect to the Wi-Fi because my router was messed up. I don't know. I got Nighthawk, man, and it's supposed to be a good brand. I don't know what the hell is going on right now. This Red Bull's going to keep me up all night. It's fine, though. I'm all right. Well, guys, go ahead and throw out your last comments, questions, concerns. We're gonna wind up ending this pretty quickly, but and you guys just joining in, let's talk. We could talk a little bit. Go ahead and shoot away. By the way, guys, quick little shameless plug. I never do this anymore because I hate doing it. But if you guys are interested, Kid Blue merchandise is available. We're getting more designs coming in soon. I'm working with, people to get some more designs in because I want to have more merch out there for you guys. But so far, it's just a logo, and it's pretty damn clean off of Teespring. Pretty damn clean. This is my Kid Blue mug. You guys can get a mug, a Kid Blue phone case, Kid Blue shirt, Kid Blue tank top, Kid Blue sweater because it's getting winter. Winter's coming up. Go ahead and grab yourself a Kid Blue sweater. We got a lot of cool stuff. It's just a logo, but the logo looks pretty clean on a lot of things, man. I'm not gonna lie. So that's the only design I have out right now. If you guys are interested in that, make sure you guys go into the link and cop yourself some Kid Blue merch. And go ahead and if you guys get Kid Blue merch, make sure you guys tag me in it on Twitter or Instagram of you wearing the merch or having the merch, and I will shout you guys out on whatever platform that may be, and maybe all my platforms. If you send it to me or tag me on Instagram, if you guys tag me on Instagram, I'll put it on my Twitter and my Instagram and even my community post here on YouTube. So you got a shout out if you get some Kid Blue merch if you guys take a picture of it, of the merch. So link is in the description below. If you guys are interested, go ahead and search that up. But did you notice Garrett went away from the tight end and Jones looked less like a deer step? Yes. Yes, Jones looked like he was going through his. I don't know why. I get it might be a practice thing, guys. It might be something in practice where Evan Ingram and Daniel Jones have a chemistry in practice, and it just doesn't translate to the field. Because let's be honest, Evan Ingram is a mismatch nightmare. So he might be able to get open all the time in practice. That might be what it is. If I'm being very honest with you guys, this Giants defense struggles against tight ends. Let's be real. So Evan Ingram might be getting open all the time in practice. And that might be what's causing Daniel Jones to always stare down Evan Ingram. That might be what it is. I don't know. That's my guess. Cookie Monster Nighthawk is an awesome router. I'm surprised it went out. Anyway, good win for us today, man. Oh, to the side. Good win, Cookie Monster. I know you're awesome, man. You're a good subscriber. But yeah, I had Nighthawk too, and I was shocked when I went downstairs and saw that my router was messed up and not my modem. Usually especially down here in Florida, we get connection issues all the time. Because we have Spectrum out here, man. Spectrum is just nasty. Spectrum is nasty bad. So our Wi-Fi is off of Spectrum Wi-Fi. So terrible, and so we always have connection issues. That's what I expected. I thought I was gonna have to be on the phone with Spectrum and talk to them about it, but no, it's just my router. I just had to restart it, and I guess I don't know. Jaden. I'm going to try not to pronounce that. I don't want to butcher it. But he says, Jaden H. Hads. You know what? I'm going to do it because I'm just bold. Jaden Hadsovic. Jaden Hadsovic says, huge fan, bro. Keep up the great work. I appreciate that, Jaden. Thank you so much, man. You guys' support means the world to me. This is why I do this. This is why I come on live. Pause. That. Damn, I shouldn't have said that. This is why I go live for you guys. This is why I go live for you guys and drink a Red Bull at 12 midnight, and I have work at 8 in the morning, and I'm a delivery driver, and I need all the sleep I can get. So this is what I do for you guys, man, because you guys support me. I gotta support you, man. I gotta be on there with you guys, man. You said it correct. Awesome. I'm great, man. Got the day. Yeah, I'm sleeping well tonight, guys. I'm sleeping well tonight. I don't know about you guys, but I'm sleeping well tonight. Love the vids and the energy you put in this year. Thank you so much, Anthony Martinez. Some people would beg to differ and said I'm too much of a pessimist, and I am a pessimist for the most part. But if I'm going to recognize where my Giants are doing well. Benjamin Wynn says, since the stream is about to end, can we end it with talking about stress? Like on Bad Dog's channel. I'll be very cookie cutter and say I'll just leave that for Bad Dog's channel. That's Bad Dog's exclusive thing, right? That's his thing. I'll leave that for him to do. What's up, Afghanistan? What's going on, Afghanistan? What's going on, man? We're about to end the stream soon. Kid Blue, you need to make a Kid Blue mask. Yes, the white Kid Blue mask with the logo on the side would be fire. I need to find out where I can put a mask design for merch, because Teespring doesn't do it. Because whole COVID thing is kind of new, so I don't think they don't have that yet. But I would love to get masks and then put that on my merch for you guys. That would be awesome. That'd be awesome. Sox Arizona people on your stream. What's up, dude?